What's up?
So, let's keep going.
Okay.
Picking up after last time. Sophomore season ends with disappointment, right?
Yeah.
You go further in the tournament than most expected, but you don't win the title.
Yeah, I mean, at that time, it was a lot of disappointment. But looking back, Anna, if I'm being honest, we weren't ready. And I definitely wasn't ready to lead this team where we were capable of going.
Okay, but then how do you get from that point to the point where you're able to lead the team to reach their full potential?
Well, I mean, we weren't going to pop out on anybody. Like, there was no sneaking up. We weren't going to do nothing.
Yeah.
But we did have a good team, and we were better than the team we had last year. We just hadn't been tested yet.
Okay.
Until you were tested.
Yeah, definitely. We were up against the number 3 team in the nation, and that was led by Deon Wright. That boy Deon Wright, man, I tell you, he was one of the top scorers in college basketball around that time.
And that's a big, big test.
Yeah, big test.
So when you're facing a team or a person like that, is there extra motivation?
When you're going up against somebody as skilled as that, it's never just one person.
Right.
I mean, the whole team has to come ready to play, and I try my best to set the tone from jump. But you're never going to stop a guy as talented as that one-on-one. You know, thankfully, those kind of challenges help mold a team to be the best versions of themselves. So, you know, I always look forward to going up against the best of the best.
So what you're saying, basically, it sounds like in this game, you did find that extra motivation.
Yeah, no, I definitely did. That's definitely what I'm saying. It's just not exactly what I expected it.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, they're still calling this a group project, and I'm the only one doing any of the work.
What the
It's
hell?
not fair. Should I say something to the professor, or... Yes!
You're gonna do great, babe.
Are you listening to me?
Sorry, it's just every time that I close my eyes, I think about Deon Wright. I mean, if this guy walks all over us, it'll be impossible to keep the team believing that we can make a run this year.
Why is it dark people?
Hey, as long as I look up in the stands and see that pretty smile, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
People, I am
I'm not
sorry
coming
about this. I don't
tonight.
know what's going on here.
I have to finish this project, as I was talking about, and...
No, I get it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
get
gonna be
it.
up all night as it is, so...
I get it. That's fine. Just want you to be there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, something.
We've been missing
up
each
with
other
the-
a lot
with the-
recently.
With the
So what
thing
about next
people.
week?
So I'm gonna
Let's plan
skip
something then.
this and get
Next
to the
week I have my
gameplay.
big...
Well, sorry, sorry about that, people. I'm sorry about this, people. When we come back, I'll bring the gameplay.
Every time that I close my eyes, I
Sorry,
think about
people.
Deon
It
Wright.
looks like no matter what
I mean, if this guy
do,
walks all
this
over
is
us,
how it's gonna
it'll be
turn out,
impossible to keep the
so-
team believing that we can make a run this year. Hey, as long as I look up in the stands and see that pretty smile, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not coming tonight. I have to finish this project, as I was talking about, and...
No, I get it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
get
gonna be
it.
up all night as it is, so...
I get it. That's fine. Just want you to be there.
Yeah, I know. We've been missing each other a lot recently.
So what about next week? Let's plan something then.
Next week I have my big microeconomics test, so, that's not gonna work. What about next weekend?
I can't. I have an away game.
It's hard being in a relationship with someone that you never get to see.
Hey, babe. You know I miss you as well.
I know, I'm not blaming you.
Trouble in paradise.
I'm proud of you. I see how hard you're working, and it inspires me.
Well, you inspire me as well.
Thank you. I know how much you've had to sacrifice to get where you are. But I would be lying if I didn't say that it hurts knowing that our relationship is one of those things.
Mila. Just give me 4 more months. Once the season's over, I will go back
4
to...
more months, and then you're back to preparing for what's next. And if you're going pro, it's only gonna be more.
So what are you saying? What are you saying?
I don't know. Maybe I just don't want to know.
Come on, Mila. Come on.
You know I'm right. I mean, are you happy with this?
Yes.
Like,
Yes. I am very happy with you. And you know this. But sometimes I do feel guilty, knowing that there's something else that I could be doing.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Next season 2K, improve it,
understand.
cutscenes, the flashbacks, because this is embarrassing.
I think maybe we both need that time to do these other things. I think we should take a break.
Oh no, the B word. That's a knife in the heart, people. When we come back, we gonna get the gameplay and I'm gonna give y'all the original introduction.
Oh,
And we're back, people.
Balling tonight. Hey, feeling loose? How you doing?
Good,
Look,
man.
Look, you set the tone. All right, everybody in here gonna be taking their cues from you.
Hey, that's good, man. Because every time Deon turns around, one of us gonna be there.
That was
Right?
Yeah.
All right, then.
You all right?
I'm good. You know me, I'm good.
I get it. You good, man? Get in the zone. Cause tonight gonna be a good one.
Got a little extra motivation. Girl just put you on break. So when we come back, gameplay time, people.
And Clark Kellogg.
What's up, all my people? What's up, all my fans? What's up, all my subscribers? It's your guy, Mr.
What an exciting college basketball game we have on tap for you. And on tap tonight, it's the Oklahoma Sooners going up against the Syracuse Orange.
For MP and this team, a return to the semifinals.
The stakes are
Came
a
up
little
short
higher
a
than
year
most.
ago, but they are certainly a
We got
different team this
rivalry
time
with
around.
a guy named DeAndre.
Here's Norris. Davidson. He's guarded by Nelson.
We got a home court advantage. We at Syracuse.
Outside Norris. Outside Vincent. Clock at 6. To the middle. Here's Underwood. The shot, no good. And it's the Orange taking it the other way. And as you said, MP and the crew make their second straight semifinals. And they've learned from their previous trip for sure.
Didn't lose many kids over the past year, and the team has played with more maturity. You see it in their approach and execution.
Down low.
2K24.
One up, one down. 2 points in his first shot of the game.
And it's important for guards to be aggressive around the basket. You won't see any hesitation from Norris.
So let's get into this game.
Thompson outside. There's the one-hand jam. And for MP and this team, you guys, they come in as the 3 seed. A nice run through their region so far.
And we knew they'd be a dangerous 3 seed. A lot of people thought they deserved to be the 2 in that region, but it doesn't matter now here in the semifinals.
Now here's Davidson. Norris. Tipped away. It's stolen by Red Thompson. 3 on 3. Here's Nelson. And foul called as he misses and shoots 2 free throws.
And for MP and actually the rest of the team too, we've seen marked improvement from them over the years.
And they started playing their best ball right before the tournament. Took a bit to gel, but they've come together nicely. And for MP and their defense, you know they'll be keyed in on stopping Wright. That's easier said than done.
And you can feel the excitement coming from the Syracuse fans.
Well, I mean, it's a storied program, and it's their first chance for a national title since 2003. So you can understand what a huge game this is for the Orange.
Number 87.
Here's the Sooners with the ball, trailing by 2. And Wright, the dominant scorer in college hoops, it's an almost impossible task to slow him down, guys.
I think a lot of it when you're defending Wright is just trying to make him work to get his shots. You got to communicate well and then be ready to switch when you can. But even then, once Wright gets going, he's hard to stop.
Now here's Nelson. Jackson, Underwood defending. And some yards to trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and they'll shoot 2.
Second team foul.
It's on Underwood.
Oklahoma's produced a couple of national players of the year. Blake Griffin in 2009 and the sharpshooter,
Gotta show
Buddy
your
Hield,
girl
in
what you-
2016. 2 players of the year nationally, but totally different in their games.
And with Syracuse, you guys, it might not be the biggest city or have the best weather, but they're a top program.
Yeah, some other big-time schools might have had a little more glamour than Syracuse, but it's still a destination for a lot of the country's top recruits.
Norman, Oklahoma, the home of the Sooners, and just 20 miles out of Oklahoma City.
That's his second personal
So
foul.
close. Moving there in 2008. You'll see Thunder players at
Substitution
OU
for
games.
Oklahoma.
A great fan base for basketball in the greater OKC area.
What? They made me sit on the bench now. What's the score? Oh, he's still on top. Okay.
Oklahoma trailing. And as Clark mentioned, Griffin and Hield, both National Players of the Year.
Look, Blake was pure power and dunking. Buddy's doing it with finesse. Blake is the best college shooter I've ever seen. Each legends in their own way.
And that streaking rack attack is the mobile one drive.
And you gotta love the aggression that he had, taking it to the rim there. Sets the tone in a close game like this one.
Pass to Barrett. From deep. The long distance three is buried.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
To the paint. It's rebounded by Barrett.
One thing synonymous with the Syracuse program is stability. Year in and year out, the Orange are racking up a good number of wins. Speed and agility, guys. I mean, he went right to the defense and took it to the rim.
Rejected by Underwood.
No. They never.
Here's Davidson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way out. 2 shots coming up.
First team foul.
And that stability at Syracuse. It's why so many top players want to go there.
As a recruit, that's important to consider. You want a school with a commitment to its program. Syracuse is a basketball school through and through. This Oklahoma squad, they could change the course of the program. Going deep in the tournament has long-term effects.
Well, this season's OU team, they could have lasting impacts.
A deep tournament run for a school like Oklahoma, that is huge for recruits. It shows the high school kids that the Sooners can be an elite program.
The Sooners on offense. They trail by 1.
What's up? What you got?
Nelson grabs the miss.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Outside Barrett. Goes up on the baseline. Syracuse with the rebound. It's Nelson on the wing. Davidson defending. And that one's good. Nelson.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
And Oklahoma has possession. It's a 3-point game. Outside Barrett. Vincent. Outside Norris. Kept alive, but they recover it. Tries yet again. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. Here's Thompson. And he banks in the layup.
Solid play from Thompson inside, tracking down that close range look.
Oklahoma calls timeout.
Going the other way, can they find some answers?
Yeah, you know, they haven't looked good at all here lately. Something has to change for him. We'll see what he's got coming out of the timeout.
Substitution for Oklahoma, Bud Butler.
You ain't gonna know it.
Here's Butler. Pass to Norris. To the inside. Barrett. And good coming on the assist from Norris.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Thompson.
2 minutes.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one.
That's
Drawing
his
the whistle
first
on a
personal
lot of
foul.
contact
Fourth
there.
team foul.
Norris picks one
At the
up.
line for your
Aggressive
Orange,
play by
Red
Thompson.
Thompson.
Not letting the foul hold him back.
So both teams making some changes here. Both shots good from the stripe. So it's Oklahoma now, trailing by 5. Norris, he's covered by Thompson. Here's Conley. Outside, Norris.
Damn, they're trying to trick me.
Pass to Barrett.
Oh.
Evans with the ball. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. He's 1 for 2. Here's Thompson. Here's James. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
15 foul.
It goes on Evans.
Shooting for
Attack mode to get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Here's Bailey. Outside, Norris. Unloads from 9. Here's Evans. Up and in after an efficient start. 2 for 3.
You've got to box out on the boards. When you don't, that's what happens.
Thompson outside.
Ball is turned over. Oklahoma ball. Substitution for Oklahoma.
Wright outside. Conley.
Defensive foul. Desmond James. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Sooners, Floyd Conley. At the line for 2.
Shot. Go back to Oklahoma.
He hits both from the stripe. And here's Miller. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. 11 feet out. And that one is stopped right
Let the boys be boys. Slam.
through. So it's Oklahoma now. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Bailey. Wright. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. And he'll shoot 2.
Third team foul. Shooting for Oklahoma. Number 89. 2 shots.
And that one misses.
It's a free throw, dude.
And he ends up missing both free throws. Pass to Conley. Right. On the clock, and it's good on the lay-in.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
No good. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. The Orange out in front. They lead by 3.
31 to 28. Not a big lead, but I'll take it. 8 points, no rebounds, 2 assists. Teammate grade B-. Get better.
And what do you make of the performance we saw from MP in the first half?
You know, hasn't had the impact that maybe we expected. I thought he disappeared for stretches in that first half.
Yeah, you know, it's been a desultory performance to this point. Look that one up, folks. We'll see if the coaches light a fire in him to be more aggressive in the second stand. Thompson not being bothered by the physical defense. He's so good at finishing in these tough situations.
And that was another look at the fantastic mobile 1 drive that happened a moment ago.
And that's
hold
the
on,
kind
people. 1 second. Sorry about that.
bucket they needed. Close game in the second half. Great finish on that.
Now here's Barrett. Pass to Davidson. Norris. And a miss there on the triple. And here's Thompson. Good work defensively by Norris. Here's Barrett. Out of bounds. Sooners ball as Oklahoma keeps possession. On the wing, Norris. He's covered by Thompson. Barrett. No luck on that one. Syracuse leading. Inside. Can't hit that one. Good D by Vincent.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lane.
Pass to Barrett. Here's Norris. He's covered by Thompson. Now here's Davidson. Baseline try. Underwood's got space. They get the rebound. Out of bounds. Sooners ball as Oklahoma keeps possession. Here's Barrett. 5 points in the game. Davidson. Norris. He's covered by Thompson. Here's Davidson. And it's good. Davidson. Fought through the contact, hit the shot, and he'll go to the line.
Irvin Davidson. Shooting.
And the Orange with possession here. The lead is 2. West. It's West with the jam.
The rim is never safe when West is out there. He likes the emphatic finish. Forget about any kind of finesse in his game.
Now here's Davidson. He's got 6. Pass to Barrett. That's tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Sooners will retain possession. Davidson. He's guarded by Nelson. Off they go on a 3-on-1 break. Pass to Jackson. Nelson with it. Davidson defending. Now West. The lead pass was put just in the right spot to produce the layup.
And that's a good glimpse of Kai's tremendous court vision. Sees the open man and gets it to him before the D has a chance to react.
Outside Norris. Davidson. Vincent, guarded by Starks. Back to Davidson. To the middle. A nice shot by Barry.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
To the paint. And foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. That's on Barry.
Shooting for Syracuse, number 87, at the line for 2.
And so he hits both. Oklahoma trailing. Wright outside. Back to Davidson. To the inside. Evans gets the bucket.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Blocked. Here's Conley. He's got 6. Stolen by West. Down low. It's tipped. That one doesn't drop. So the Sooners will take it the other way. Here's Conley. Here's Hawkins. Rejected by Dennis. And a bit of a battle for the ball, and the official signal a jump ball here.
How about the reaction time on that pass?
Syracuse, Christopher Miller. Substitution for the Sooners.
So both teams changing it up here.
On the bench after I just did it. Yep, they just did.
In for your
substitution here for
substitution
Oklahoma.
For the Sooners.
Okay, we still on top, but we got 3 minutes left.
The Sooners on offense.
Anything can happen.
Down by 12. 14 feet out.
Get that out of there.
Jackson grabs the board.
Come along.
Now Thompson. And Vincent with the block. They get it back.
Defensive foul. Austin Vincent. That's his first personal foul. Teams in the penalty. At the line.
And he comes up empty, missing the 1-and-1 attempt.
Starts. Shooting 2.
No.
And he sinks the second.
They really blocking their shots.
Wright with it.
In the wing, Deon Wright, the top scorer in the nation this season, a truly gifted player on the offensive end. I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Good D by Vincent.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
And he's good on the 3-ball. And with Wright and his scoring, he's put up big numbers all year long.
It's a great combination of his skill and I think the team situation. It's a good fit. There are other great scorers in the country, but few have the kind of green light like Wright has with his team.
That's his third personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for
and the Sooners making a change
Edgar
here.
Morris, taking 2 shots.
And he makes them both.
He was very composed on that trip to the stripe. He's supposed to be in a one-possession game now.
Jackson, Underwood defending. Second chance shot, rejected by Underwood. From downtown, a nice shot by Barry.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
Now here's Nelson. Right side, Starks. Nelson. Back to Starks. To the paint.
Defensive foul. Jalen Underwood. That's his third personal foul. They are over the limit. At the line for your Orange, number 87.
No good.
2 shots.
And he does get the second one. And that gives them a 4-point cushion. Now here's Davidson. He's guarded by Nelson. And here's Davidson. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and he gets a chance for a 3-point play.
And whatever intensity this on display here.
At the line for
that. I mean, things have really been turned up. Just what the doctor prescribed. The hoop and the horn, and he makes good on the free throw.
And it's Syracuse's ball. 13 points was their largest lead in the game. Thompson, covered by Norris. Back to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. And again, it's the Orange missing. A lot is on the line here.
Crowd is so focused.
Inside, Vincent. Go!
2 points. Austin Vincent.
Just the shot they want. Point blank range.
It's 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock.
Right in stride.
Here's Davidson. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Time called here. The Sooners decide to talk it over.
This one's a nail biter. These Sooners ain't playing. But, I mean, we playing, but they ain't playing. They mean business.
Here's Davidson.
They call a timeout. Be patient. You gotta get the clock out. 25. You got 25 on the clock. $18, $17, $16. $9, $8, $7, $6, $5, $4, $3.
Right at the free throw line.
$1.
Oh, missed it.
And that's it.
And so the Syracuse Orange win and move on.
59. Oklahoma Sooners.
Everybody hanging on the edge of their seats. But they had the grit to pull through when it counted. And my goodness, I am spent. Felt like I played that game. What a game.
Well, you have to feel good about what MP has been able to accomplish here. He's the leader of this team, and he now has his school 40 minutes away from
cutscene. We just beat the number 3 spot Sooners. They gave us a run for our money, people.
I have to say, it was very impressive that you were still able to go out and play at that level.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, leadership isn't just about what you say. That's really the tiniest part of it. People need to see what you're willing to do and not do, and they would definitely base their decisions off that, seeing your choice that you make.
Or the ones you don't make.
Exactly. Exactly. You can't ask guys to do something that you're not willing to do yourself. They're not going to respect you. So what I'm trying to do is push my teammates to do more, to be more, and to be, play up to their fullest potentials. And I think our priorities is lined up for the most part. But you can't just be a leader when it's easy.
Yeah,
and
man,
that wasn't easy.
Tough victory.
Anna, man, that thing was probably the hardest thing of my life to date, but I had to go through it.
Right. So now I know that you and Mila. So I'm guessing there's another chapter.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you D up on Deon, prove yourself. End of the season, you're going into the tournament as a 3 seed.
3 seed? I could have sworn it was a 4 seed.
No.
You sure?
You didn't face the 1 seed until you're messing with me.
Yeah? No, but I see you've been watching some ball.
I watched a few clips just to contextualize your stories, but that second round game where you got the and one just before the halftime buzzer?
Are we talking basketball or are we talking about leadership?
Leadership.
Okay, how about this? Next time we sit down, I'll fill you in on Mila.
I wonder if she maybe can join us as well?
I was actually thinking the same thing. And then, once we're done, I'll talk to you about Mila and go over some clips with you. For professional reasons, of course.
Of course, professional reasons. Well, I really, really look forward to it.
And there you have it, people. Another flashback game in the books. That was a good one. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. Once again, sorry about those, the technical difficulties. You know how these games go. We're going to need that improvement next 2K for the Nintendo Switch, people. We're going to need that. So with that being said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Love, peace, chicken grease. Deuces.